Welcome to Decrypting Mr. Robot. I'm Sadie Guinness, and this week I'm joined by Liam Matthews.
Hi.
And Tim Surratt.
Hello.
So this was an Elliot-free episode, but it was a huge one for Darlene. So Liam, what do you think Darlene's next move is?
Well, Darlene's immediate next move is checking to see if Cisco is alive or dead after she cracked him in the head with a baseball bat. A little bit after that, I think she's getting caught. The FBI is onto her. She left so much evidence around in Susan Jacobs' house. There's that VHS tape that fell off the table that shows her take off her mask on camera that they basically forgot about. She's gotten so sloppy, she's gonna get caught.
What do you think, Tim?
She's in big trouble. She killed someone, she knocked out her old boyfriend, but I think the people who are going to get her first are the Dark Army. They seem to have a little more interest in her than the FBI so far, because the FBI really doesn't know who she is.
And speaking of the Dark Army, we saw on Cisco's computer that they're about to start Stage 2. So Tim, what do you think Stage 2 is?
I think Stage 2 is part of the Dark Army framing F Society for all the hacks, getting some of the heat off of them, so that the Dark Army can continue to do their thing, possibly with Philip Price.
Liam, do you have any other theories?
The Dark Army is going to take down eCoin, which is eCorp's digital currency that has become sort of the de facto money in post-5/9 America.
We also got to learn a lot more about Mobley in this episode, but he was being kind of fishy towards the end. So Liam, what do you think is going on with him?
I think Mobley's a snitch. I think he got so uncomfortable with everything that was happening around him that he is just like, I'm not going down for these people. I'm gonna tell them what I know.
What do you think, Tim?
I think he would never leave Trenton out to hang. Instead, I think he's already caught. I think he got scooped up by the FBI again and is now in real trouble.
All right, it's that time again for another round of Fact or Fantasy. I'm gonna throw out 3 things from last night's episode, and you have to determine if they're real or imagined. First up, Liam. Fact or Fantasy, Angela's very tearful rendition of Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
That was fact. It is true, at least in Angela's world, that everybody wants to rule the world. I thought that was great. I know you disagree. You didn't like Angela's
I hated it.
karaoke, but I thought it was great.
What about you, Tim?
That is also true. She put her heart and soul into that song. Don't take that away from her. It is totally fact.
All right, Tim, what about this one? Fact or Fantasy, Darlene speaks fluent Chinese?
You know, I think that comes with the territory of being a hacker and working close with the Dark Army. I think, yeah, of course she knows how Chinese. Doesn't everyone know Chinese?
What about you, Liam?
That's fantasy. I mean, she didn't know what it said exactly. She just saw, the Chinese characters, and she saw a picture of herself. She understood what was going on.
All right, last one, you guys. Fact or Fantasy, Angela is super into old dudes. Liam.
I think it's fantasy because we have seen her also not into old dudes. She's into all kinds of dudes.
Tim, your guess?
I think this Angela kinda is. It's fact. She sees older men in a position of power, and that's how she has been climbing the ladder, by kind of using old men.
All right, and the winner is that old guy Angela picked up at the bar.
Oh, yeah, Duck Phillips from Mad Men.
He is the winner.
Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll be back next week for more Decrypting Mr. Robot.